We wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Brighten your morning with some cheap knob gags. Oh, all we wanna do is present the news. With all the channels here, we're glad you made the choice of Cultaholic and my sexy voice. Oh, all we wanna do is present the news. So subscribe, click like, copy the link and share with friends. Go shout it, tout it, 'cause January sucks with low CPM. So thanks for sticking with us, this went kinda long, but Sam and Adam love to sing these songs. Oh, please don't click off now, it's time for wrestling news. Thanks for giving us your views. Two WWE co-presidents have been fired in a shock company shakeup. A WWE Hall of Famer will be a part of Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. And we have all the plans for tonight's Friday Night SmackDown. We'll get there in a bit. Starting off with some big news. This broke late last night. Two WWE co-presidents have left the company in a shock shakeup. This was really unexpected, to say the least. George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, effective immediately, have departed WWE. Now, Michelle Wilson has been serving with WWE since 2009, George Barrios 2008, so long-standing members. We don't know if they've been fired or if there's been some sort of disagreement, but we can confirm that they are out of the company as of right now. Frank A. Riddick III is taking over as interim chief financial officer, reporting directly to Vince McMahon. Just a big shock. Vince releasing a statement last night. I would like to thank George and Michelle for their 10 plus years of service and contributions to the organization. I'm grateful for all that was accomplished during their tenure, but the board and I decided a change was necessary as we have different views on how to best achieve our strategic priorities moving forward. I mean, the wording there certainly sounds like they were let go. This wasn't their decision.
Yeah, it's just sort of weird. I can't remember the last time we had such a big shake-up within the halls at Titan Towers.
It just feels like they've been there forever.
And it just sort of feels, it's like, well, what does this mean? Where's it heading? Like, what's this new direction? What was the conflict over? It's just things we're never going to know probably, but it's just... Yeah,
it's a big shock.
Massive ramifications for the company here.
You're very likely unfamiliar with what these two people look like. They don't appear on WWE TV, so we're going to flash up a picture right now. Yes, that is his real forehead. But we've got a bit of analysis from the WrestleNomics podcast, who are talking about some of maybe WWE's, not necessarily failings, but some of the difficulties that they faced. Fantastic podcast, by the way. Go and check it out. It was said the UK TV deal on BT Sport is worth less than their previous deal with Sky Sports, and this is their second biggest market here in the UK, so that's bad news.
I mean, that's understandable anyway. BT's in less homes. BT is sort of, it's another pay-to-air style system where, you've got to pay for a subscription. It was an odd decision at the time. I think it's still an odd decision now.
I mean, it's available to more people, but fewer people are using it at this point because of the fee that's associated with it. The TV deal in India has expired. Raw is still airing on the network for Indian WWE viewers. That's on the WWE network. Thurston projected WWE Network subscribers are down 10% from Q3 of 2019, so a pretty significant drop there. Live events losing money again, hence the restructuring we talked about in yesterday's news video, where they're doing far fewer house shows moving forward, which is a big shot, a big change.
Makes sense, though. I think it's, if the guys are getting still paid sort of what they would have got paid.
I don't think they were. I think they're getting fewer.
Even if it's slightly more than they would have made for one spot and they're doing less dates, then I think it's overall better for everybody.
I think it is. I think it is better for the talent because they're working less. And those schedules that they were doing were absolutely exhausting. We've heard former WWE superstars who have left the company complain about just how hard they had to work, how difficult it was being away from their friends and family for prolonged periods. And essentially their profit is projected to be lower than expected. The company will have made $180 million dues in 2019, a huge amount of money, but not where they wanted it to be. So we'll keep you updated on this because we don't know all of the specifics. That's what we know now. We can say for sure, but
I can say one thing for sure. That's WrestleMania 36's stage is going to consist of a small black curtain on some scaffolding, and there's just going to be some guys with sparklers. Just for every entrance.
I've seen a lot of sort of
cost-cutting measures.
People on Twitter saying, "Oh, it's because they failed to build new stars and all of that sort of stuff." It's got to be said that
there's a lot more going on.
There is a lot more than that, and that isn't George Barrios or Michelle Wilson's responsibility. So it's nothing to do with the on-screen stuff.
Their job is to make sure the business works.
Yeah, and they've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they were largely responsible for getting WWE these huge TV deals that we've seen them get in recent years. They've been integral in that. We'll finish off with a tweet that was put out by Zach Linder, a former WWE employee. I will never forget the WWE all-hands meeting when staff, frustrated with limited parking at the office, asked about renovations to the garage. And George Barrios said they considered it, but decided to buy a new private plane instead. Anyway, I wish him well. Next story. Next up, as I'm sure you're aware by now, AJ Styles was injured during the Men's Royal Rumble match on Sunday night. We've got a bit more info on that. We know what the injury is now and a bit more clarification as to what caused it from the man himself. He was talking on his Mixer channel last night and he said the following. Just so everything is clear, Edge did nothing, absolutely 100% nothing wrong. His move, his spear, everything was perfect the way he did it. If there is any blame put on anybody about what I'm dealing with my shoulder, it's me, 100% me. I was over-brothered, as they say, which I love. I went crazy with the bump there. Apparently he wanted to do like some sort of flip bump to sell the spear, and he just went too hard, landed hard on his shoulder. The only problem with me flipping over the way I did was the first thing to hit was my left shoulder, and I thought I had dislocated my shoulder. Yeah, pretty bad. So he's confirmed that he suffered a separated shoulder during the spot. The x-rays have shown that nothing was broken. So all good news there, because it means a quick recovery time, and he confirmed during that stream that he will be there at WrestleMania. So it's all good news. And there's not a lot else to say, is there? Get well soon, AJ Styles. And don't over-brother. We all do it.
Have fun playing video games.
Have a laugh. Next up, earlier this week, MVP confirmed that he is done with WWE from an in-ring perspective. He had his last match on Monday Night Raw against Rey Mysterio, but he's appeared on Corey Graves' podcast to talk about his future plans moving forward. He hasn't retired from wrestling as a whole, and he's given us a bit of an insight as to what he wants to do next. He says, at this point in my career, 46 years old, which I didn't realise. I thought he was early 40s.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Looking great.
I've always said that my intentions were to retire around 45. I can still go. I'm in great shape. I still wrestle just about every weekend. He's all over the place doing indies and various things. But I know the clock is ticking. It's like his theme is good over here. So retirement is looming, and after such an exhilarating and amazing weekend at WWE, I still feel that I have a lot to offer. He goes on to say he's at the point in his career where he's ready to start offering his talents behind the scenes or in another capacity. So in the very near future, I see myself hanging up the boots and moving from in-ring competitor to behind-the-scenes producer, if you will. And for what it's worth as well, MVP is very close friends with Paul Heyman, so it could be a possibility that we'll see him pop up in
it's all a swerve because he came
oh God, here we go. Get your hats ready. He's going to eat it.
He said that he was doing it for his son, so his son could watch him wrestle.
Yes.
And the last time that happened, the bloke ended up going and squashing Lesnar, didn't he, and getting the title. So MVP's going to get the Goldberg this year.
Goodness gracious.
My words, Mania. Drew's a massive swerve. It's MVP.
You think Drew's going to duck out? He'll lose his opportunity at the Elimination Chamber.
He's going to go like, you know what, MVP? You're class. Here's my match at Mania.
Oh, he's just going to hand it over to him. Yeah. I was expecting like an edge at the chamber where he went and battered Kofi Kingston and took the spot. I thought MVP was going to do that to Drew.
That's too convoluted for the modern audience.
Okay.
You know, like a 90-second video, just upload that.
Yeah, just put it on WWE.com.
Yeah.
Next up, let's talk about Saudi Arabia and how one WWE Hall of Famer is reportedly going to be there, and that man's name is Big Tezza. Hulk Hogan will be there. PW Insider reporting this. We don't know what his involvement is going to be, obviously. He's going
to come out, he's going to hit the leg drop, and he's going to get the 1, 2, 3 brother. Come on.
You reckon he's going to do something physical?
They're going to have a big rumble. He's going to beat DDP. He's going to beat MVP. He's going to. Well, no, he can't beat MVP. MVP's going to. Oh, he could actually, because Saudi Arabia's not.
Eminem, all the acronyms. Yeah. A big acronym battle royal. That's not been done before Saudi Arabia.
He's going to beat John Morrison. He's going to beat
That's
every
not an acronym.
Bret Hart.
Bret, okay, yeah.
He's gonna be everybody.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously, Sam. Obviously,
It's
he
a
popped
rumble,
up.
but he's still gonna get the 1, 2, 3. So,
Why not?
Yeah.
He popped up at last time's Saudi Arabia show in the Team Hogan versus Team Flair match, but it didn't get physical or anything. He's been talking for ages. He wants one more match, and I'm sure Hogan
back is made of dust.
No, I know.
His back is like...
It's like had it fixed up. It's held together by gaffer tape and blue tack.
You know when you like move a cabinet and there's just like loads of dust underneath. It's not been moved in like 10 years. That's his spine. It's just if you got that and just sort of made it into a cylinder, that's his spine.
I'm sure he would prefer the WrestleMania spot, but he'd probably quite like the Saudi Arabia payday. He'd be happy retiring in Saudi Arabia.
He will get cheered 10 times as much in Saudi Arabia than he would at WrestleMania.
I think I agree. Yeah, there would still be pockets of people not cheering, even if it was his retirement match. I think people would.
He got a pop
still.
at 35, but I don't think it's going to be anything compared to what he'd get in Saudi.
Yeah, there are also rumours that he may reignite his old WCW rivalry with Sting.
That's the one. That's the one he's going to throw out last.
Yeah, Sting's out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we all want to see. So yeah, Sting is
do
being
Icon versus Icon again.
Yeah.
With the Icon special ref and have The Rock. Saudi money. What else can we do?
Sam's done it, so that's that story. Let's talk about SmackDown, shall we?
Shall we? We've got the higher Optimus Prime. They can probably make Optimus Prime.
I almost did a Gorilla Monsoon. Will you stop? Without even thinking there. Right then, Bobby. Plans for tonight's SmackDown. We've got 4 things confirmed for tonight's show. We've got Shorty G versus Sheamus, which is a rematch from the Rumble pre-show.
Right.
We've got The Miz and John Morrison versus The Revival versus 2 members of the Lucha House Party versus Heavy Machinery, and a fatal 4-way tag team match to determine the #1 contender contenders for the SmackDown tag team titles. Who would you pick there? It's got to be Miz and Morrison.
It's got to be Heavy Machinery for me. But
really?
Yeah, I love Heavy Machinery more than anything in this world.
Okay, so that's what you want, not what you think's going to happen.
What I think's going to happen is Miz and Morrison, of course, because they've got to get that feud going forever.
No, I'm really enjoying it. The New Day.
It's been fun, but I'm so used to NXT still that when I'm coming on to SmackDown and it's 4 weeks of the same matches and I'm like, what's going on?
SmackDown's been stagnating for a while, hasn't it? Roman Reigns and the Usos versus King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, which will probably be the main event. A nice holla holla player tag match. And the IC title is on the line. Shinsuke Nakamura defending against Braun Strowman, which is disastrous for us, by the way, Sam.
Yeah.
Because we are right now working on an every Intercontinental Champion rank list, and I think Braun Strowman's going to win that, and it's going to mess the whole thing up. It's like 83 entries, I think.
We're going to have to scour every single page for like. There have been 83, 84.
All the title cards are done, and this is it. So hopefully Shinsuke Nakamura will retain there for our benefit.
We'll just put him 84. He's done nothing with it. He's just won the belt.
Yeah, there you go. 2 lines, slot it in. Perfect. Well, hope you've enjoyed the morning news. Adam Sandler, big shout out to you. And Mr. Deeds wasn't that good, but everything else before that.
As I said, I'm looking forward to seeing Uncut Gems.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard good things. Going Overboard, dreadful. One of the worst films ever made.
Awful. Little Nicky was all right.
Little Nicky was good. Big Daddy, great.
Big Daddy.
Paddy Gilmore, Billy Madison, great films.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Adam Sandler? See you later. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.